Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the other FPL guys. You got myself, Ted, and Noldo to take you guys through some news, transfers, and captain choices for game week 2.
How's it, Ted?
Hey,
You ready? Ready to get some green arrows?
green arrows all the way.
Let's do this. Let's do this. What do we have in store? What do we have planned here?
So let's go through some transfers in and out just to see, because as you know, that would change a lot of the value of the players, and also so people don't sit in with a player that is probably not playing too well at the moment.
Okay.
What are your thoughts here?
Fernandez is obviously a great pick. I think it's mostly because he takes penalties, right? He's got the spot kicks, and there's been some suggestions that we're going to see an increase of penalties this season, and so for my team, I definitely want penalty takers. Fernandez, I think, is on
Yeah,
top of that because of all the
that's the way.
penalties he
I think with
takes
VAR
and
as
is
well.
he puts them in. Yeah, exactly. And
The,
they've changed the rule also. If the ball hits your hand, they have to. The FIFA has approached the Premier League and has told them to be more stricter
so
with
ball to hand
handball.
can lead to penalties.
Yes, definitely. They've been told to be more stricter with handballs. So there's going to be a suggestion that there might be an increase of penalties. So Fernandez, Fernandez is going to be that guy. So I would, if I had the money, I'd pick him.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it sucks that it's a bit more expensive though, eh? Compared to last season's
Yeah,
buy-in.
10.5. Also,
10.5.
we haven't seen what Man United can do yet.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know,
blind purchase of 10.5.
we're going on pretty much of what we saw from them towards the end of last season with the restart. So, yeah, Crystal Palace, though, looked quite poor defensively. So I think those 489,000 purchases are quite justified.
Okay, sweet. Now I'm with you. As soon as I can afford him, I would definitely get him.
What are your thoughts on the most transferred out there with Timo Werner?
Yeah, I'm very suspicious about it. I'm wondering if it was people that's maybe not as familiar with the game and just wanting to get him out because he had the yellow injury, or do you think he played
Yeah,
shitty in the game
I
last
think
week?
it's. I think he looked good. He's pacey. He's shooting. I
Yeah,
think
looked
he
hungry as
looked
well.
good.
Eh? Didn't shy away from running for the ball.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, the midfielders of Chelsea, there was a few missing. Havertz is he had a terrible game, but I think he'll start coming into his role. He was playing out of position. He's more of a central midfielder rather than on the sides of the striker.
Also,
So
if you take the other teams in consideration, some of the bigger teams, no one really. It's not often that a player just walks in and plays in the first game without the fact that he
what?
ever
Of course you
played.
can. Eden Hazard did. I
Yeah, but
think
he's a
Eden
top
Hazard.
dog and a winger. Yeah. So it's tough on him. But I think with a price tag, there's always a lot of.
But I mean, if you look at the team of Werner, I mean, he's a 9.5 striker. So, and there's one striker in the most transferred in, which is Bamford. So I think people have gone for the cheap lead striker to possibly afford Fernandez. So there's hits. There's going to be hits being taken. That's for sure. -4, -8. I've seen some people even take a -12.
Yeah, I took
Um,
-8 points this week.
did you? Ish.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do. I
Yeah, you
basically
did.
owned my personal team, half of the guys that's being transferred out, or almost all of the guys that's transferred out.
Oh,
And I don't
really?
own
Well,
any of the Oaks being transferred in. So my week is
wow.
starting probably minus 300k. But yeah, that's
Nice.
why those first wild card is there.
Exactly. Might as well
So
take a
yeah, take the hit. It's a long season to
yeah,
go.
take the hit, man.
Um, Then here is our fantasy team for the FPL guys, just so we can have a look-see every week, get our feelers out, try to. You see here in our team as we picked it, we've got 4 Man City and Wolf players for this game week, so it might be a tough one, eh?
Well,
A lot of
yeah,
eggs in one out of the 10 baskets.
yeah. This Potence is a gamble. It's a gamble. He looks out of position. He's quite an attacking midfielder. He's quite
That's cool.
cheap. So because he's so cheap, he's 5.5. He allowed us to upgrade elsewhere.
Yeah.
We originally wanted Sterling, but we couldn't afford Sterling and De Bruyne, so we got Podence and upgraded into Jesus up front with the
Yeah.
injury of
Of
Aguero.
Aguero. Yeah, so we should be safe a few weeks at least. Maybe a
Well,
week or two.
Pep said a month or two actually, so we're
Okay,
good
cool.
there.
Yeah, do you want to go through some captain choices for the week?
Yeah, let's do that. Obviously, we've gone with Fernandez. We've touched on him briefly. I don't think there's too much to say on that because, as we said before, we haven't seen anything of Man United,
Yeah.
and plain and simply, Fernandez is on penalties, and I think he's got a chance of bagging 1 or 2. What
Yeah,
do
and he
you
plays
think?
on all the set pieces as well. So he's like doing
Yeah,
like
he takes
most free kicks and he does penalties. And yeah, in last year's 14 games, he got 8.4 points per game and the
Yeah,
most
that's
penalties.
ridiculous. That's
Uh,
ridiculous.
yeah, so that's crazy.
But I also feel like we should talk about two more players.
Yeah,
That's not in our team there. Well, one's not in our team, and for me, it's a Aubameyang, right? He's just signed a
yeah.
new contract, 3-year extension. He's hot. What else can you say about the guy?
Yeah, 16 of his 22 goals last season was against bottom half teams. And as your
Exactly.
captain every week, you should try to get a premium captain. You must try to get a captain that's playing home and that's playing a bottom half team. So I think he's the main captain for the week out of everyone there.
Well, look, it's a bit early to classify teams as the bottom half, but just watching West Ham last week, they were
Yeah.
bad. They
So,
were
so New,
defensively
Newcastle
shocking.
had 10 chances in the box last week.
Yeah, Newcastle.
So
Who
imagine you
like is
give Arsenal 10 chances in the box this week.
yeah, well, I don't know. Well, hopefully we double that. I would like to think Arsenal's midfielders are a bit more creative and create more chances. But Aubameyang's is a sure shoe in,
Yeah.
definitely.
And in his last
Uh,
6 home games, he got 8 goals and 6 assists. So it's
yeah,
like a lot of amping up on him. How about a new boy? Hey, look at James Rodriguez.
Gomez, yeah, Everton look good. For me personally, I prefer Richarlison as an attacking player in Everton. But James he looked good. He looked creative. He looked up for it.
Yeah.
Um,
No, he
I
was.
yeah, 7.5.
I mean, he was never been into the league. Even in last season, he only played like 8 games or something. So he came in first game week, started, got like 5 chances created, 1 big chance, 3 shots, 2 shots inside the box, and he could have some free kicks. And he did all that against a defensive Spurs team.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks great.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he's Laka, but obviously he's not a premium player. So for a captain choice, it's maybe the
He's a
least
bargain. He
below.
could be a bargain. Could be a
Yeah.
bargain of the season.
Obviously, we
Give him
have
a couple
Salah.
of weeks.
What do you think of Salah?
Salah looked so good. So good. I mean, a lot of people went without Salah for Gameweek 1.
Yeah,
And
I regret not
yeah, like,
captaining him.
yeah, you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I got lucky with that. But yeah, he's shooting. I mean, he's shooting and he's passing. He's looking for money,
Yeah.
which is crazy from
You're looking
Salah.
for
So he's
assists, but he's still
definitely
greedy as well. So you know he's coming for those goals and
he's the
penalties as
perfect
well, Milner.
fantasy asset. Perfect fantasy asset.
But for captain this week, Chelsea.
With Chelsea, ugh, a tough one. I think there's goals in it. There's definitely goals in it, and Salah's on form. Um, it's it's that. Who do you captain? Do you go form over fixtures, or what do you do? Who's got the better
Yeah,
fixture? Who's better in form?
$1,000
What do you do?
question. So we're
For
talking
me, it's a
English
little bit of
football.
form and the fixture. Has to be.
£1,000 football question.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough one.
Okay, sweet. And I've obviously looked at Martial as well. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
he's one of the more transferred in Man United players as a striker, ready for some action. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think
again,
he's ready. He's
we
good.
don't have any evidence of Man United's games this week. I mean, this season, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people in the Twitter sphere talking about how they are not going with any Man United players just yet because it's a bit of a blind choice, and you're going on previous form. How much time have they trained together? You know, there was the Bruno only got back to training a few days ago, so it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but they should continue. I don't think Crystal Palace will give them too much grief, and I think they'll have a go at them, which will let the Man United attackers counter attack, especially with Martial and his pace. And yeah, I think it's could be about 2 or 3-0. It's my prediction.
Nice. So we got some. You wanted to have a little bit of a chat about the clean sheet probabilities by the
Yeah,
bookies.
I love this guy. I love this guy on Twitter. If you don't follow him, you should definitely follow him. He gives the percentages of the clean sheets and goal scoring, anytime goal scorers, and it's all bookie odds. So it's just a little bit of an indicator of what the people are thinking and betting on. So let's with the goal scorer. I can't see what's your screen there. Yeah, there we go. The clean sheet probability. So it's obviously that Man United has the best shot at a clean sheet this week.
Sure. So defensively, they're the dogs to go for.
Well, yeah, I just don't know who you would go for. Who would you go for?
Yeah, tough one, huh?
Definitely, I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them. I think that they actually need to go and purchase a new centre back. But statistically speaking, Man United are the favourites for this clean sheet. More interesting is that Crystal Palace has a 12% chance of a clean sheet. So that means that Man United should be burying a couple, definitely.
Crystal Palace shocked everyone last week.
Yeah, but that was purely because the goalkeeper Guaita pulled off some crazy saves. Come on, Danny Ings, that attempt from Danny Ings and Shea Adams, point blank range. Don't know how you didn't put that away, but good goalkeeping.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we've got our anytime scorer probability. So yeah, this would help you figure out which captain to pick, which attackers to put on your team.
This is basically a guess, but it's good to see these types of stats so that you can have an idea of who to captain, right? I mean, we've got Aubameyang at the top there. The top says 59%. Obviously, this was taken 3 days ago. This was put up. So Aguero, we know, has been ruled out.
We weren't sure yet. Sweet. Then.
Yeah, so Aguero's been ruled out. Vardy, I don't know. What do you think of Vardy?
Obviously,
Leicester versus
earlier when we
Burnley.
spoke about it, you was mentioning that some of his only touches was his penalties. So I don't know.
Yeah, The only touches he had in the box were his penalties. For me, Barnes looked better. Harvey Barnes, he was shooting. I think he was third for shots out of the game week 1. So he looked good, attacking. But Vardy is Vardy. That's the thing. He can have a shocker and still bag 2 goals. That's what I'm
Nice.
saying. Penalty
Yeah.
takers. It's a different game. It's evolved a little bit.
Yeah. You have to try to get attacking football. Same as with your defenders. You want defenders in your team that's more than just defense. They need to give you some assists or goals. And that's how you get ahead of your opposition.
Yeah, Saiz and Dinya. Dinya is also a good shot if you're talking like that.
Okay, and then final to sign off on. Let's have a little chat of some of the injuries, the bigger players. Obviously, we mentioned already that Aguero would not start this week, probably still not for another couple of weeks. He hasn't been in training. And Laporte tested positive for COVID. So he's only rejoined training like a day or 2 ago. He's probably not going to start as a defender.
Yeah, he's a doubt.
Yeah. And Mahrez is available. Mahrez has also been found positive for COVID, has been recovered and back in training with the team. So with the team, yeah, he could be making a start.
Oh, Mahrez is fit. I think from the press roundup yesterday, we picked up that Timo Werner, I think a lot of his transfers out was also because he picked up that dead leg.
Yeah, he was
towards
stressed
the
about
game
it.
day. Yeah, and I think people weren't willing to take the chance. But he's
Yeah.
past fit. Jorginho is fit.
Great
Mahrez,
news.
Pogba is fit. That's an
Is Pogba fit?
interesting.
Okay, that's
He's
cool. Do you
fit.
think he's going to start?
I think so. I think with Pogba, it allows Bruno to be more creative. They play well together. So I would start Pogba. What else do you have to do?
Yeah.
You
Ole at the wheel.
don't really have too many options.
I've also got that Saint Maxim is fit. I know a lot of people have him in their teams. So at least it looks like he would be starting.
Definitely. Madison is fit. That's also a good one to look out for. Although I don't like Madison
Recently
as
fit.
he's fit now.
Okay.
Remember, he came on as a sub.
Okay.
I'm not big onto Madison from an FPL point of view, but fan of his actual gameplay. He's a brilliant footballer. Just not for me in terms of fantasy.
Yeah.
But interestingly, Pulisic is out. Pulisic is not fit unless Lampard was. I don't know. You don't want to give too much away to your opposing manager, right? I mean,
But you also don't want to be the oak who's known for lying every week and you can't take serious what he's saying. I mean, he doesn't have to tell us he's starting. Just have to tell us whether he is fit or not fit. That's all. We can, cool, if he's fit, then at least we know he's maybe on the bench.
Yeah, I just thought that, listen to this. You've got Pulisic that's out. You've got Ziyech, this is also out.
Ben Chilwell.
Chilwell is out,
yeah.
so is Thiago Silva.
Yeah, because he's been unfit. So he's not injured. He's just, after his long season, he's just unfit, yeah. And he's quite an old bully, so he needs to do extra fitness training.
Yeah. So interesting to see what happens there. This will tell us if Lampard is full of shit or if we can actually trust what he's saying.
So kind of like we know with Ole. If he doesn't say anything he says, you take it cryptic and he's probably got a...
Yeah, same as Pep. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Pep will tell you they're fit, but it doesn't mean because they're fit he's going to start them.
Yeah.
He's got such a big bench. You're like, oh, Sterling's fit. Don't worry, we'll start Murray's.
Exactly. Well, which game are you looking forward to besides the Liverpool-Chelsea game? Which game are you looking at from a fantasy perspective? What's your thought?
I bought in James Rodriguez, and that's the first game of the day, so I must be honest, I'm quite interested. to watch that game.
Okay, so you were watching half past one, Everton, West Brom. Nice. I've
Fixtures,
got Calvert-Lewin, so I'm also interested.
So you're hoping my top dog gives your top dog some assists, eh?
Better, hey? Although Richarlison, the team that we picked together, I prefer Richarlison. He just looked like he could have scored a hat-trick. It's a little more expensive.
Yeah. But he's in our FPL other guys team, so we'll see what he has to bring to the
That's a
party.
good shot. Yeah.
He does get carded sometimes because he's quite a heated Brazilian player. I'm also checking. We've got Leeds Fulham, which is going to be very interesting to see where Leeds is in compared to their own kind of level of players. You know, the more bottom half players.
You're saying Leeds is a bottom half team.
Yeah, they're newly promoted. They must. They need to get a couple of W's under their belt ASAP. And so obviously Fulham has the same game.
Performed well against Liverpool. I think they performed quite well against Liverpool. They scored 3 goals. I mean, what other teams can you mention that have gone to Anfield and put 3 past them?
Just the other day, bro. 4 game weeks ago, so we got 4 goals past us.
I'm just saying, it's still a bit of a fortress. And so they, newly promoted or not.
Van Dijk basically gave them an own goal, bro. He made 2 errors that led to goals. So, they were very good. And but like I say, so half the battle this season would be the top half a team, like Strong Oaks, who's proven in the league, like Sheffield, Wolves, Arsenal, you know, going up to City, Man U, all the top Oaks. It will be tougher. Here, playing Fulham, West Ham, Brighton, the Oaks is normally in Burnley, those Oaks will be a test. Because if they can run over them, then they're guaranteed staying into the league. And if they then can also beat some of the top Oaks, like they played against Liverpool, then we got another Sheffield Wolves coming up here, fighting for Europa.
All right.
I think it's interesting. What are you looking forward to the most? Wolves, Man City, eh?
That's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited to watch Arsenal versus West Ham later this evening. That's
London a good game. Rivalry.
I'll probably watch all of these games today just to see how the players that I've got in mind, how they compare to the eye test, especially Man United. It'll be nice to see what assets come through Man United, if we were right with the obvious picks, the Bruno, the Martial, the Greenwoods, the Rashfords. It would be nice to see who picks up early form there. Arsenal, I mean, it would also be interesting to see if Willian continues his form with those 3 assists. He looked Arsenal's best player, most creative. He was everywhere. He did everything. Thank you, Chelsea.
Could be a nice option, especially if he starts taking set pieces.
Yeah, and I think he's 8.1 now. He did a price rise.
Yeah.
So he's 8.1. But Aubameyang...
Son dropped as well.
Last night,
since we chatted last night.
Yeah, shit.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's a wrap, right? Anything else from you?
No, this was fun.
Awesome. Just want to say thank you, Noldo. Thanks to the guys out there. Just give us a like and a subscribe. And hopefully we'll have some good content for you guys in the near future. Sweet. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.